everyone, this is Elena of The Witch's Box, and I'm here today to give a book review on a book called Moon Wisdom, Transforming Your Life Using the Moon Signs and Cycles. It's a great little book, and it's by Roan Robbins. And so many of you have requested book lists and help finding the right book to kind of help deepen your spiritual practice and deepen your witchcraft. I decided to start doing book reviews on our YouTube channel so that we can create our own witches booktube, which I think is fantastic. I love the idea of booktube, and when I found out that YouTube had this community of people reviewing books and sharing book lists with each other, I thought, oh my God, I have to be part of that. So here it is. I started with this book quite honestly because it's so thin and so fast of a read, which is one of the things that I will tell you is one of the great things about it. So this book covers, in a really basic, digestible, and super easy to understand chunk of information, not only the different personalities of people who are born under different moon signs, but also the different energetics of every 2 to 2.5 day period where the moon is literally, for those 28 days, as most of you know, will travel through all of the 12 zodiac signs for 28 days, and it'll hang out in each sign about 2 to 2.5 days. Those of you who have been subscribed to The Witch's Box or following us on social media know that we talk a lot about charging our moon water so that we can do magic with our moon water. So if you charge your water under a Gemini full moon, you can use that water for spells, for cooking, for all these different things that will enhance communication. We talk a lot about that, right? And typically it will be for the new moon and for the full moon. That's what we generally talk about on the website and on social media. But this book helps you take it a step further. So it helps you deepen your work with the moon by following it throughout the entirety of the month, each 2 days, and it gives you a breakdown of what energies are at play each of those days, what tasks are good to do or good to avoid during that time, but it also helps you kind of identify what kind of magic you can do for that period of time. So each day of the week, each day of the month, you have a reference guide that tells you what can you do to support the energy that's already at play with the moon and the sign that it's in. It's fantastic. The other thing that I love is that it takes you in layers. So it covers the very basic, the moon through each sign and what that flavor, that energy is. And then it takes you through the moon in someone's natal chart. So if you were born with a moon in Libra, or like I was born with my moon in Virgo, it talks about the different personality types and what you might find in someone who has that lunar sign. And then it breaks down the lunar phases, it breaks down the significance and the energy at play during eclipses. And then it also takes then in a deeper way and in a more advanced way, something that we don't talk about often, the moon and its aspects to each planet, which is something that we don't really talk about that much on social media or at all unless you're an astrologer and you're getting a report. So I love that because it kind of gives you in a really quick way, because I'm telling you, this is a really easy read. I read it in about 4.5 hours. It gives you such a great overview from the most basic information with the moon and its signs all the way through to aspects to the planets in a way that you could read the whole thing and walk away with a really good awareness base of what's going on astrologically with the moon. One of the other things I wanted to say is that we probably all on some level have 1 to 5 reference books in our library, right? Where it's, astrology, an herbal reference book, maybe a crystal reference book. We have reference guides in our homes all the time, and what we tend to do with them is we will go to them specifically for the thing. I will come here and I'll look, okay, tell me about people with their moon in Aquarius. And you just read that thing, which is fine. That's what reference books are for. But there's something really powerful about being able to read the whole of this summarized information so that you have a good basis, right? So that it's not necessarily just for reference, but you were able to absorb all that and then walk away and build on it more. It's one of my missions behind The Witch's Box. It's my missions behind the book reviews that I want to start doing. And it's pretty much the mission behind everything I do at The Witch's Box, which is to continue to empower all of us to deepen our practice, to do more ritual, to increase our direct experience with our spiritual practice. And so for me, being able to do a book review is to continue to encourage you guys to continue to just layer on and grow your wisdom base. That is also the inspiration for the December 2018 box that's about to come out. That box after a year and 2 months of sending out a subscription box every month was kind of a turning point for me, because we've been doing rituals together for over a year, but there's something about continuing to go deeper and continuing to go deeper. So the box, it's books, and it's about the practice of learning, right? We're witches. Witches continue to hone their craft. Witches continue to learn, to study, to share information, to iterate. The spell may not have worked this time, but if I tweak this, it'll work now. This is part of the ongoing craft, and it's our life. It's the way the life course of a witch goes. You just continue to learn. So that is why I think I chose this book first, because it was a reference guide that is really easy to read completely through. It's not boring. It goes by quick, but it gives you a full spectrum of this one topic in a really digestible bite size, so that you can build on it in terms of building, but also going deeper into your wisdom and practice when it comes to following the cycles of the moon, which is one of the most potent tools that we have as witches. It's not required. You don't have to work with the energies of the moon, but listen, it's out there, it's there, and it's something that we can ride on a day-to-day basis to help enhance our magic in a really potent way. So here you go. I recommend this book. The artwork is really pretty. It's called The Moon Wisdom, Transform Your Life Using the Moon's Signs and Cycles. And it's by Roan Robbins. I will link to it on the bottom. I will link to it somewhere around the video, depending on where this is being posted, so that you can grab one. I loved it. In England, this book was £12.99, and in the United States, it's $19.95. There you go. If you do read this book, I would love to hear what your thoughts are. Definitely leave comments below. If you have other suggestions on books that you would love for me to review, please leave that down below. I definitely want to know what your recommendations are, and I would love for all of you to communicate with one another down below, so that if someone wants a recommendation, you can give it to them as well. So that's it for today. This is actually the first official Witches Booktube video that I'm putting out. I'm a book nerd, I love books. So anyway, that's the story. Let me know what you think. I will see you soon, I am sure, on social media on the daily, and through the box on the monthly, and on the other videos here in this channel. Take care, everyone. Blessed be.